Hello everyone, this is Derek Smith, the Cyber Professor, coming to you today with another video. And I think this one is an important one for executives and leaders and anybody responsible, business owners responsible for protecting people's critical information. Because there's a new bill that's being proposed that could send executives like yourselves who conceal breaches to jail. Yep, I said it. You can go to jail for up to 5 years if you knowingly conceal a breach of customer information. Now, this came about after a slew of cybersecurity attacks like the one on Equifax and the news that I reported a few days ago where Uber concealed a breach impacting some 57 million people. So Senator Bill Nelson, the ranking Democrat on the Commerce Committee, is reviving an old bill that he tried to pass during the last session called the Data Security and Breach Notification Act. Now, if this becomes law, then it would overrule the many statewide laws regulating breach notifications already by establishing a nationwide standard. Now, there's a requirement for companies to notify customers within 30 days already if there's some type of breach within the organization, along with the potential criminal penalties to go along with that. This would also direct the FTC to develop standards that businesses have to follow if they collect customer information. Things like naming a person in charge of information security, establishing a process to identify vulnerabilities, having a process for the disposal of information, and other things like that. In a statement, Nelson said that Congress can either take action now to pass this long overdue bill, as he calls it, or they can continue to, what he says, kowtow to special interests who stand in the way of this common sense proposal. When it comes to doing what's best for consumers, Senator Nelson says the choice is quite clear. You do what's best for consumers. In 2015, he tried to pass this bill. It was one of several introduced to deal with the issue of protecting customers from these type of leaks. And it's likely going to be, introduced with some other bills again around, when he introduces it. But there were splits before, and they were mostly along party lines over concerns of privacy and also the potential for overregulation in the community out here and for business and things like that. So this is why it didn't pass the first time, and in my opinion, it could prevent it from happening this time as well. But it's important for you as a leader to understand that you have responsibilities. You have due diligence and due process. If you don't take either of those, you could be subject to that 5 years in prison. You could be subject to fines and penalties. That's not something that anyone want to be involved in. I recommend that you learn as much as you can about cybersecurity, even if you're not in the cybersecurity field. Leaders, you need to go learn the terms. You need to make sure you're not bamboozled by your IT personnel. You need to make sure they understand what it is that they're doing, especially if you're a small business, doctor's offices, legal offices. You don't have those tech-savvy people oftentimes who understand cybersecurity like I do. Another thing I recommend is that you pick up my book, Cybersense, The Leader's Guide to Protecting Critical Information, and it will give you the information you need to know in order to establish a good cybersecurity program within your organization. So again, this is Derek Smith, the Cyber Professor. This is my tip for you for today, and I'll see you on my next video.